Hey guys, it's Robbie here, and this is Frecky Fit Wolf. It's Thursday, so you know what that means? You don't, because I'm not doing Meme of the Week this week. Thanksgiving is 1 week away, and I want to talk about that instead. Alright, so, it's my channel, I do what I want. I want to talk about Thanksgiving. And the first thing I want to talk about Thanksgiving is, you guys remember Sunday, that macaroni and cheese video I put up? And it was part of this huge collab with other people, and it was amazing, and a lot of people saw it. The points are wrong in that. I didn't use my noggin correctly because I was thinking of fluid ounces rather than ounces. So I put in 2 cups of those noodles, the whole wheat elbow noodles. In my head, 2 cups is 16 ounces. 2 cups of liquid is 16 ounces. Not 2 cups of noodles is 16 ounces. 2 cups of those noodles is 8 ounces. So I doubled the points. So luckily, if you did make it and follow it according to how I said it, and for some reason tracked it with like a quick ad or something, you just overpointed it. Like I overpointed it. It is actually 6 points per serving on the green plan versus the 8 that I told you guys. So I do apologize for that. I was not thinking clearly. I was, I don't know. I just made a mistake. I'm human. But that did happen. But luckily it is in our favor. It is less points than we thought. So yeah. So I'm going to, sometime in the next few days, hopefully tonight, edit the description of that with the proper nutritional information. I do apologize. And actually I told you guys for half a cup of the fat-free cheese and a half a cup of the Gouda cheese. And for some reason, when I was looking at it today, because I decided to make mac and cheese again today, and I added broccoli and cauliflower, and it was so good. But when I looked, I was like, the saved recipe had those measurements wrong. So all the nutritional information was incorrect. But if you're watching this, if you haven't made it yet, it is 6 points, not 8. So yeah. So I'll correct that soon. So I do apologize. And if you are ever following a recipe that I give or that any other YouTuber give, hopefully you are looking up the points yourself because the brands do matter. And so if you're not using the exact same thing, it's not going to be exactly the same. And we are human and mistakes can happen. And I can put in 16 ounces when I meant 8. Apparently. So yeah, so that's the first Thanksgiving thing I want to talk about. Number 2, I did a poll in my Facebook group because I was just curious. Like I still am having issues deciding what I want to do about Thanksgiving. It is a week away. So I put up a poll because somebody asked in one of my videos and I was just curious what everybody else thought about whether they are going to A, track everything and stay on point, B, and this is where I'm kind of leaning, track everything, but be okay with going over because it is a holiday. Or C, not track, not care. It's a holiday. Do what you want. And people actually end up writing in a response where they are not tracking, but making mindful choices. So this is how that broke down. So 43% of the people that have voted so far, and it's only been up a few days, but 43% have said that they're taking off from tracking. They're just going to enjoy the holiday and not worry about it, which is fair. We are allowed to. Like somebody commented on one of my videos that, they have been behaving every single day since February and they have not taken a day off from it. So they are going to enjoy it and what happens, happens. That is completely fair and legit. 34% said track, but maybe not stay completely on plan, which this is where I am leaning towards myself because I want to stay on plan if I can. But if it happens to fall that I can't completely stay on plan, I'm okay with that and I'm willing to accept the consequences. but I'm going to track it. At least that way I am aware of it, because I am the type, if I do not track, I go even more overboard. So that way I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying my family. I'm enjoying the food. I'm tracking what I'm eating. But, if I go over, I can see exactly where and what. And plus, honestly, if I'm being real, I judge food harshly sometimes, where I'm like, that's not good enough to go over. And for a holiday, if I plan on going overboard and, maybe gaining weight next week, I want it to be for something good. Too often, before I started this particular journey, too often I have gained weight and not eating quality food, not eating things that were, oh my God, that's so good, it was worth it. And I don't want to do that anymore. If it is delicious, if it looks wonderful, if it smells great and tastes great, then for the holiday, not for the daily basis, not a weekly basis, for this one holiday, and maybe Thanksgiving or Christmas, then I'll say it's worth it. But if it is like, that's all right, it's there, I'll eat it, no, it's not worth it to me. So I'm going to be a little bit picky and a little bit judgy about the food. But yeah, the next one, 2.2% said that they were track and stay on plan. That was literally 5 people said that they are planning on tracking and staying on plan. And kudos to you people. That takes a massive amount of willpower and planning. I think, just judging by the faces from what I have been able to tell, I think they are the people that are typically cooking the meals. And I know one of them was another YouTuber that was part of that Thanksgiving collab, that she's a fantastic cook. And so I believe that, if you're cooking the meals, you can make them. Like, if I was cooking the whole Thanksgiving dinner, I could guarantee I'd be staying within my points, because I would make honestly, that collab, I would just make everything that people suggested, because it all looked great, and it's all healthier options, except for the cranberry sauce. I'm going to have some of that canned cranberry sauce. It's just going to happen. But so kudos for them. And I do think it is easier if you are the one cooking everything, because if people don't like the healthier version, they can go somewhere else. So yeah. And so then the last group of people, and these are the ones that did not vote, they wrote in their own, and they said that they were not going to track, but be mindful of their choices. That one, kudos to you. That's all I can say for me, and I'm not judging at all, because your willpower is probably different than mine. Too often for me and my history, not your guys's, not you. Don't think I'm judging or attacking you, but for me, too often I think, oh, this is a healthier choice, I'm going with that. And it's a mindful decision. And then you find out afterwards, if you did track after the fact, you're like, oh, that wasn't as healthy as I thought. Like say my decide to have a salad instead. A lot of times salads are a lot higher than you would think, especially like homemade, like Italian salads and stuff like my stepmom loves to make. And they're really, really good. But by the time you count everything that is in there, holy cow, it can add up. So if I were to not track, then I would have to be in the top category over there, the 43%, because I'm not going to be mindful at that point. Because me personally, I can't. But you all know how much I preach tracking. Like, it is like a religion for me, because I have to do it. I cannot succeed without it. Anything that goes in my mouth is in my tracker. It's in my @Track Bites, and while I have the WW app, it is in that app. If I had my Fitness Pal, I'd be throwing it in there too. Everything is being tracked, because that is how it's the only way I can succeed. So kudos to you guys for being able to make those type of decisions. Hopefully you are ones that are cooking the foods, and so you kind of know whether it's healthy or not, or what it is. Because especially like butter, it's thrown in everything. Like I said, when I made mac and cheese, when people make a roux, so many people, and I'm not judging, because I know there are some other YouTubers that do it that way, and I'm not judging at all for me, but when they're making a roux for, like, say, mac and cheese, they start with butter and flour. And that is an unnecessary, for me, it is an unnecessary calorie intake, point increaser, when it doesn't do anything that beneficial. You can still create the roux without it. You can still create the gravy, the mac and cheese, the whatever without it. It does give a flavor boost for sure. But as far as texture, as far as all that stuff, it's not needed. So if you're the one cooking, sorry, I'm getting sidetracked because I'm too worried about accidentally offending somebody. So I am sorry if anything I say accidentally offends you. I promise you I'm not trying to. But anyway, so if you're the one making it, you know how it was made. You know if it was made a healthier way. You know if that butter was used for this or if it wasn't used for that. So then you could. Me personally, I am making sweet potatoes, and that's going to be the only thing I know for sure how it is made. So it will be tricky to track. Basically, my kind of default, and this is a tip that maybe you guys could use, my default for eating other people's home-cooked food is, and it's not going to be exact, it's not going to be completely accurate, but I take a serving of whatever it is, and I just increase a little bit. Say I have a half a cup, I say I will track that I had 3/4 of a cup, just to make sure I am counting any possible calories or points that could be there that they decided to add themselves. So that's just what I do, because there's no way, and I'm not going to sit there and be like, all right, Tanya, that's my sister, you made the green bean casserole, if she makes that. I don't know. I don't even know what food's going to be there. I need to know all of your ingredients. I need to know how many servings this makes, and thank you. I'm not going to do that to my sister, to my stepmom, to my dad, whoever else cooks anything. I'm not doing that to them. I will just put down green bean casserole, which I don't even like green bean casserole, but I'm using that as my example. But I'm just going to put it down and just increase a little bit just in case they added a little something that is not in the typical recipe that is in the apps. That's just how I do it. Not saying it's the best way, but that's what works for me. So I'm curious if you guys have any ways. Do you just ask everybody, what's your recipe? I have only done that with certain desserts that tasted amazing, and I needed to know how many points. But typically, I'm like, get an average thing. But yeah. So anyway, hopefully everybody is looking forward to Thanksgiving and looking forward to having a wonderful day. Whether you are taking off from your plan, whether you are not taking off, hopefully you enjoy it. Like I said, I am leaning towards the middle, that way. The middle one right there, where tracking but not necessarily staying completely on plan. And just the rest of the week, I am going to do my darndest to behave. So normally I eat all of my weekly points on Sunday. I'm not going to do that this week. This coming Sunday, I'm going to stay within my daily points and try to save them for Thursday, for Thanksgiving. The only thing that makes me concerned about that is because I am so used to using them on Sundays. That's a week before my next weigh-in. But Thursday is 3 days before Sunday? Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. 3 days till my next weigh-in. So that'd be a huge calorie intake with 3 days to get it off. Or to bring it down some. So that's my only concern with doing it that way. But that's what I'm going to do. And then worst case scenario, I just lose, wherever it puts me, I just work on losing it again. It's not the end of the world. I didn't lose it all in 1 week. I didn't gain it all in 1 week. There we go. I'm not going to lose it all in 1 week. So if it happens, it happens. I've had plenty of weeks where the weight did not drop or the weight went up when I did not have a reason. At least this will be a good reason. I'm spending time with my family and spending time with amazing food that I don't eat every day. So it's okay. So I'm not going to stress too much. Hopefully you guys aren't. But yeah. So anyway, other side note, I keep getting distracted. I chopped my hair off today. Well, actually, Paige Pastor did. Barrett Pastor's daughter chopped my hair off today. I don't know how often you knew how long it was, because I never really wore it forward too much, but it is that long now. We cut off like 5 inches, because all this used to hang down here. So I chopped it all off, and I'm liking it. I'm very, very happy with it. I can wear it like I normally do, or I can spike it up, I can flip it, I can do all kinds of stuff, which is what I wanted to do. It was getting kind of boring to me, which I know a lot of you guys are thinking, you have green hair, how is that getting boring? But it did. So anyway, I'm going to stop rambling. I'm going to wrap things up right there. It's been like 15 minutes, so yeah. So I'm not going to bore you guys to death with me talking about my hair. But yeah, so anyway, thank you guys for watching. If you haven't yet, please please comment. Let me know what you're doing for Thanksgiving. In these categories, are you doing any of those? I'm curious, because obviously not all of you are in my Facebook group, and not everybody commented on the post quite yet, because it's only been up for like a day or two. So yeah, I'm curious what you guys are going to do and all of that jazz. So hopefully, I'm rambling. I lost my train of thought. So hopefully you guys have a good Thanksgiving and a good weekend. Obviously, I'll be back Sunday for my weigh-in, but I just wanted to throw this up now because I can. So anyway, if you haven't been bored yet, please subscribe and hit that little bell down there so you know when I post videos. And I'll talk to you guys on Sunday when I do my weigh-in.